Both leading and lagging market indices show weakness. Clearly, Bitcoin currently lacks upward momentum. The biggest culprit for Bitcoin's decline has been found. The German government must take responsibility for this. Cooling of meme coin impacts Solana. Market observers predict SOL may fall to 80.
For inert assets like Bitcoin, so it's not impossible.
Only Japanese users got their money back from FTX bankruptcy. FTX Japan prepares to restart. Political meme coin Trump faces a cold shoulder from exchanges. Is strong political nature the main reason for rejection? Reimagining the world with cryptocurrencies, mastering the 24-hour wealth code. Let's slowly get rich together. June 21st, Friday, this is Bitcoin TV's channel. I'm Zhu, and this is a 24-hour crypto data headline sponsored by DeepCoin. Currently, the total net asset value of Bitcoin spot ETFs is 56 billion, with the ratio of ETF market value to Bitcoin's total market value reaching 4.4% and cumulative historical net inflows reaching 14.668 billion. Yesterday, Bitcoin spot ETF suffered another major blow with outflows amounting to 108 million, marking the fifth consecutive trading day of net outflows, each exceeding 100 million daily. In the past 2 weeks, there has been only one day of net inflows, with the rest being net outflows. This series of capital movement has also caused Bitcoin's price to continuously decline over the past 2 weeks, falling from its previous high of around 72,000 to the current level of around 64,000, a drop of nearly 11%. At present, the SOPR data for long-term holders with holding periods exceeding 155 days has been steadily increasing since January 2024, which aligns with Bitcoin maintaining its high position. Although Bitcoin has significant decline in the past week, the SOPR value for long-term holders still remains high at 1.96. In contrast, the SOPR data for short-term holders with holding periods within 155 days shows a relatively stable trend. Over the past 3 months, Bitcoin has experienced wide fluctuations in the range of 60,000 to 70,000. With long-term holders continuously selling at a profit, while short-term holders' positions are mostly in small floating losses or small profits. Even when Bitcoin rose to 72,000 and fell below 66,000, no large-scale profit-taking or panic selling was observed among short-term investors. During Bitcoin's journey from 56,000 to 72,000, a rise of over 27%, the Coinbase leading index did not show a significant upward trend as it had in the past, but instead hovered more in negative territory. This also suggests that US-based investors are not optimistic about the future market. Additionally, the lagging indicator, the Korean kimchi premium, has remained weak since its decline in April this year. Largely influenced by the Coinbase index, the overall market sentiment leans towards conservative, with a slight rebound in the past 2 weeks but lacks clear upward momentum. As Bitcoin declines, the existing premium levels are expected to further narrow. Alright, please like and follow us. We'll help you sort out the news closest to money in the crypto, blockchain, and mining industry over the past 24 hours. Governments around the world are actively confiscating Bitcoin and other digital assets from criminals. Among them, the US government has confiscated 217,000 Bitcoins worth 14.14 billion. This also makes the US one of the largest Bitcoin whales. Last February, the US government sold 9,861 Bitcoins related to Silk Road case on Coinbase and stated its intention to sell the remaining over 40,000 Bitcoins from the case within a year. This move has received much attention from the industry, however, just as everyone was focusing on the US government as the giant whale. The German government made its move.
In 2013, the German Federal Criminal Police Office, BKA, successfully confiscated nearly 50,000 bitcoins from the operators of Movie 2K, a website suspected of illegal movie piracy. These bitcoins were worth $2.12 billion at the time. According to monitoring by on-chain data analysis platform Arkham, wallet addresses marked as BKA by the German government have transferred large amounts of Bitcoin to several well-known exchanges, including Kraken and Bitstamp, in a short period of time. On June 19th alone, 1,110 Bitcoins worth $72.4 million were transferred to exchanges. This move immediately caused a stir in the cryptocurrency community, with crypto trader or Don Crypto bluntly pointing out that the recent decline in the Bitcoin market may be related to the German government's sell-off.
Bitcoin has already fallen below 65,000 today, but compared to the previous bull market high of 66,000, it's only about 5,000 lower. Compared to 2013, when Bitcoin was at its highest at 1,200 per coin, this crypto asset in the hands of the German government has significantly appreciated. The German government's sell-off undoubtedly brings new challenges to the already uncertain cryptocurrency market. It's worth noting that the US government still has 40,000 bitcoins pending sale. If the US plans to remain unchanged, then in the future the two US governments will bring enormous selling pressure to the market, simulating another downward adjustment in Bitcoin. However, without the fall, there can be no rise, and at that time, it will be another good opportunity to get on board. The recent market has resonated with everyone who traded altcoins in 2017 or 2021. The average price of the top 115 tokens has already fallen by 50% from their 2024 highs. Moreover, Bitcoin miners have started selling their Bitcoin inventories, and the ETH balance on exchanges has increased by 2.5 billion, which was previously associated with potential selling pressure. Despite improved inflation data, Bitcoin ETFs have seen large net outflows. The overall net flow across various segments, including stablecoins, futures, leverage ETFs, etc., is negative 2.4 billion, marking the third week of declining net inflow since the ETF launch in January 2024. Can it fall further? Let's hear what Andrew Kang, co-founder of the well-known venture capital firm Mechanism Capital, has to say.
Andrew Kang bluntly states that if the meme coin craze subsides, SOL's price could plummet to $80. He points out that from the reflexivity of meme coin trading demand, the demand for meme coins is closely linked to SOL's rise and fall. At the same time, Andrew Kang is also cautious about Ethereum. He believes that the launch of Ethereum ETFs may bring some upside potential for ETH, but this potential is relatively limited and fraught with uncertainties. If capital inflows are less than expected, or if large amounts of grayscale ETFs are sold off, ETH's price could even fall to the $2,000 level.
Yeah, well, now that the SEC has at least theoretically approved spot Ethereum ETFs to trade, it's obviously important to explain the investment case for this asset. Overall, there's a bigger market for income-producing assets than there are for inert assets like Bitcoin, so it's not impossible.
Indeed, Ethereum has fallen quite a bit recently, and many people have started to food, but what we see is that Ethereum's dominance in the cryptocurrency market is also growing significantly, up 6.62% over the past 7 days. And as people from these teams say, the benefits of Ethereum ETFs haven't been realized yet. In the current cryptocurrency market, meme tokens are in the spotlight, becoming a new area of hope for retail investors who have given up on finding profits in traditional investment fields. However, this reality is cruel. Many tokens with high, fully diluted valuations have already completed most of their price positioning in the private placement stage, making it difficult for retail investors to achieve the hefty returns of 10 times, 20 times, or even 50 times, like venture capitalists. Looking back to 2021, retail investors still had the opportunity to buy tokens on certain startup platforms and achieve enviable 100%, 100-time returns. In fact, the market is always like this. When everyone's bearish, there's always a little movement giving you hope. And then when everyone thinks it's going to rise, it takes a dive. You have to learn to control your mindset. FTX Japan welcomes savior BitFlyer decides to acquire FTX Japan. Kraken's double standard, rejecting Trump's Trump but listing Biden's Biden. On November 11, 2022, the Bahamas-based cryptocurrency exchange FTX filed for bankruptcy protection in the United States. In just 5 days, this company valued at $32 billion collapsed. The founder Sam Bankman-Fried fell from grace, transforming from a 90s billionaire to a universally despised figure. SBF was charged with 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy for deceiving FTX customers and investors, leading FTX and related hedge funds into distress. Ultimately, SBF was found guilty and sentenced to 25 years in prison, with 3 years of supervision after release, and ordered to pay $11 billion. Although SBF is now serving his sentence, the cleanup of the mess he left behind with FTX is not yet complete. Although FTX announced a 100% principal plus interest compensation plan in May, it's estimated that creditors will actually receive compensation when pigs fly. After bankruptcy, among FTX's 134 subsidiaries, FTX Japan, headquartered in Japan, submitted a bankruptcy plan in December 2022 and became the first subsidiary able to return user assets. FTX Japan has been preparing to restart, and recently there is finally good news about its comeback.
The holding company of Japanese cryptocurrency exchange BitFlyer recently officially announced the acquisition and subsequent rebranding of FTX Japan. After the acquisition, FTX Japan's core business plan will shift from operating a cryptocurrency exchange to institutional-level cryptocurrency custody services. In the announcement, BitFlyer mentioned that the acquired platform aims to provide services related to cryptocurrency exchange-traded funds, ETFs, which have not yet been launched in Japan. However, if Japan approves spot crypto asset ETFs, BitFlyer will provide spot crypto asset ETF-related services that meet the needs of financial institutions, including trust banks, through the new custody company.
FTX Japan, this cryptocurrency exchange headquartered in Japan, was formerly known as Liquid and was acquired by Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX exchange in early 2022. It was officially renamed FTX Japan just a few months before the FTX empire faced a crisis in November of the same year. As part of the FTX global expansion strategy, the company actively acquired numerous companies in the cryptocurrency field in 2022, with FTX Japan being one of the shining jewels among the many companies acquired by FTX before its final collapse. However, with FTX bankruptcy, FTX Japan quickly took action, firmly asserting that customer assets were unrelated to FTX bankruptcy proceedings, demonstrating a strong commitment to the safety of customer assets. After relentless efforts, FTX Japan finally succeeded in restoring withdrawal services in February 2023 and fully repaid customer funds. Now that BitFlyer has acquired FTX Japan, we see this as targeting the spot crypto asset ETF market. After all, the ETF trend is strong, and entering the cryptocurrency field through ETFs is not a bad shortcut. As the US election year approaches, the cryptocurrency market seems to have been swept up in this political storm. Both Biden and Trump, the two presidential candidates, are courting the crypto community, hoping to win the support of this emerging voter group. Against this backdrop, political finance polyfi meme coins are emerging like bamboo shoots after spring rain, with the most notable being the Trump token closely associated with President Trump as the leading coin in polyfi. Trump soared over 300% in May. Although its performance has been relatively low-key in the past month, Trump currently has a market value of $350 million. However, just as Trump's market value was soaring and in the limelight, it suddenly encountered collective cold shoulders from mainstream cryptocurrency exchanges. So what's going on?
Trump was initially mainly traded on decentralized exchanges and later gradually listed on non-mainstream centralized exchanges. However, exchanges like Bybit and OKX have stated that due to the strong political nature of the Trump token and concerns about potential political risks, they have decided to refuse to list it. Kraken's actions were notably excessive, rejecting the listing of Trump's Trump for trading, but listing his competitor Biden's meme coin Bowden. As a result, Trump can only choose to trade on HTX and other less well-known exchanges.
Isn't this approach a bit of a double standard? Everyone is confused. On one hand, Trump token holders and supporters strongly object to this, believing that the exchange's actions are based on political bias rather than true risk assessment. The essence of cryptocurrency is decentralization, borderlessness, and lack of political color. Exchanges refusing to list the political meme coins is undoubtedly a betrayal of the spirit of cryptocurrency. On the other hand, exchanges maintain their stance. They state that as centralized institutions, they need to consider their own reputation and interests and cannot easily get involved in political disputes. In this controversy, the Trump token finds itself in a rather awkward position. Although it is listed on decentralized exchanges and some non-mainstream centralized exchanges, the lack of support from mainstream exchanges greatly limits its liquidity and market acceptance.
Coinbase announced it will soon become North America's first Solana ETP custodian as part of a partnership with 3iQ Digital. 3iQ Corp plans to leverage Coinbase's institutional custody infrastructure to bring Solana staking to the ETP space in Canada. The U.S. Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, recently stated that crypto assets are widely used to support Mexican drug trafficking activities, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, and USDT. U.S. financial companies should be aware of criminal organization networks producing these dangerous narcotics. Over the past 2 days, smartestmoney.eth has accumulated 8,127 ETH worth $28.9 million from trading platforms, with an average transfer out price of $3,554. In April, they profited $21.87 million by buying low and selling high ETH. Currently, The address has assets worth $41.59 million, with ETH and USDT accounting for 99%. The probability of the Fed maintaining interest rates unchanged in August is 88.6%, with an 11.4% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut. By September, the probability of maintaining rates unchanged is 36.3%, with a 57% chance of a cumulative 25 basis point cut and a 6.7% chance of a cumulative 50 basis point cut. The EIP 7702 proposal, put forward by Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin, has been included in the next upgrade Pectra, but developers have yet to finalize the details. The proposal allows externally owned accounts, EOAs, to temporarily act as smart contracts in a single transaction, enhancing flexibility and security.
Alright, that's the main content of today's program. Our channel focuses on curating valuable news, summaries in the crypto, blockchain, and mining industry. We have news updates and in-depth special reports. If you find our channel valuable, please share and follow us. You can also become a member. Let's get rich together, adding a zero to our assets in the bull market. See you tomorrow.